they just don't lose very often. Andrei Daescu and Rob Nunnery going to get us started here in our men's doubles semifinal of our winners bracket. You're taking a live look at Andrei Daescu. He and Rob Nunnery have won 4 straight men's pro doubles titles, and Daescu leads all APP men's pros with 27 total medals. 19 of those have been gold in 2023. He brought home 2 golds in Houston, 1 in men's pro doubles and the other in mixed pro doubles. So it's going to be Andrei Daescu and Rob Nunnery.
You know the last time they lost?
I don't do math. It's been a minute.
Chicago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, against Sincola and Long.
Sincola and Long.
So that's going to be very interesting. If one was superstitious.
And Chad and I were talking about this matchup before we came on air. This is a matchup that has potential to give Nunnery and Daescu fits because of the way that's how DeHeart and Howells play.
And that's how Auvergne and Sincola beat them. Coming in, being aggressive, put pressure on.
So that's who they're going to be playing. It's Daescu and Nunnery against Will Howells and Ryler DeHeart, who, if you've been with us all day, you saw them beat Roscoe Bellamy and Jack Monroe earlier today to punch their ticket here. Quick side out to start things off.
Yeah, right off the bat, Will Howells getting big in the middle. So that's going to be a key for me, is to find the outer edges of the courts for Daescu and Nunnery. They have to find the backhands of Howells and DeHeart.
Well, they're too strong in the middle. Although, a good step over there from DeHeart, but again, driving in the middle there allows DeHeart to crash. You'll see similar here.
And then big in the middle again is Howells, right at the feet in between, in that point of contention. So it's a 2-0 lead.
Daescu and Nunnery are going to want to slow things down here. They want the extended points. They want to stay in those dink rallies.
Oh.
Wow.
If they had won that point, I was about to say stop at Will Howells.
DeHeart lobbed up and over Daescu perfectly. He was not expecting that at all.
No.
He was flat-footed.
Very hard to do, not just because of Daescu's height, but you do have to take into consideration the ceiling here at the indoor facility we've created in the convention center. But it's a first point on the board now for Daescu and Nunnery. 1-2-1 the score for Nunnery serve.
Yeah, and it's just, I just don't like, AJ's over here.
It's like pancake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like the speed up at that moment from Daescu and Nunnery. They can speed up, but it's got to be the right moment, the right time.
Ooh. Speed up there from Nunnery. Howells does a good job getting it that back, but then somehow Nunnery puts a really strong angle on that, sort of underneath.
He didn't mean to hit that angle, I'll tell you that right now, but it was an excellent counter there from Nunnery.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. He got a paddle on it, gave himself a chance. Nice speed up there in the middle from Ryler DeHeart, and then finishes off does Howells.
But that is the point construction that Nunnery and Daescu want right there. They want that longer, drawn-out point to eliminate the speed-ups from Howells and DeHeart.
And one of the things we do tend to see from newer teams facing a team like Daescu and Nunnery is that on the APP Tour, these two are so well known, right? Daescu and Nunnery, their playing styles, the way they like to win. And so on the contrast, DeHeart and Howells, they do not have that familiarity to Daescu and Nunnery with their game.
You don't have the footage out there, right? Like someone can go and watch footage on Daescu and Nunnery and kind of try and come up with a game plan. Footage on Will Howells and Ryler DeHeart, there is none.
Exactly.
There's a new partnership right now.
I was going to say that there is some individually, but not partnership-wise.
Correct.
But the thing that typically make Daescu and Nunnery so good is this feeling out process does not typically cost them matches.
Right.
They do have to feel out their opponent, but it's not doesn't take so long that it costs them even games sometimes.
Nice counter right there from Rob Nunnery. Down the middle, and when he's going good, he's speeding up just like that, where he can punch that back down the middle.
Good spot there from Nunnery. Built that ball back behind Howell's right foot.
And just like that, it was DeHeart and Howells who started out with a 2-0 lead, but now Daescu and Nunnery get the ball back on their side, and it's a 6-0 run.
And it was a very aggressive high five from Rob Nunnery and Andrei Daescu.
We didn't get the armpit to forehead chest bump?
No, none of that.
Not
but
yet. Not
it was
yet.
a very aggressive high five from both of the two. And I was talking with Rob Nunnery before this match, and he was more concerned about, hey, Dom, just wait until you see my hat I'm wearing for this match. And I think I honestly look like a Death Row Records hat.
Yes,
He's going
it is.
Throwback Death Row Records with the hat. And he was all excited about that before this match. That's what he was talking to me about. I'm like, how's the matchup? He's like, we'll be fine, but wait till you see my hat.
Well,
he had the Georgia hat on earlier.
The thing for Daescu and Nunnery is that they play clean. You might get a couple of mistakes in there, a couple of errors, but it's not longer runs. And we always talk about the team that comes out on top is the team that makes the adjustment the quickest. And that's what Daescu and Nunnery have continually been able to do. And that's what you were talking about, AJ, with that feeling out process. Yeah, it's a couple of points. Now they've made their adjustment.
Exactly. You see it already here in game one as they take a 5-point lead.
Oh, just such a good spot there from Nunnery. And as much as we always talk about they want elongated points and they want to slow the game down, we talk about it with Rob Nunnery. When he is speeding up well, like that right there, they are very tough to beat.
But in a sense, even though Nunnery and Daescu, well, specifically Nunnery, is taking a few more chances with the speed up, it is still a slower paced game because they're not rushing anything. They're not forcing any issues. Where, Howells and DeHeart, when they're driving and they're crashing hard, yeah, it's faster, it's a little bit more hectic. Very rarely do you see that from Daescu and Nunnery.
And slowly but surely, it's a game point opportunity here, but defended by DeHeart and Howells.
AJ, correct me if I'm wrong. That's a 9-0 run. It was 2-1, I believe, DeHeart Howells.
It was 2-0 DeHeart.
Nothing DeHart Howells.
So it's actually a 10-0 run. Just wide from Daescu. But what do you say about when these two play together? Just give it time.
They are Team Novocaine. Just give it time, it'll work.
Exactly. But Howells and DeHeart do get a point here on their service side before being pushed onto their second serve. 3-10-2.
That's a nice step in there from DeHeart on the backhand. Little punch right at the body of Andrei Daescu.
That's a good move there from Howells.
Well, now they got back in their game plan. All right, playing aggressive.
Drive and crash. But you got to execute the drive first.
Can't hit it out.
Howells just rushing that one just a little bit. Stands up tall. Quick flick. Sorry for cutting off there, AJ.
All good, all good. It will be a second game point opportunity here for Daescu and Nunnery. Off the paddle, the edge guard of Will Howells. And so a fight does get put up by Howells and DeHeart, but it is Daescu and Nunnery who take game one, 11-5. Game two coming up on the other side of this break.
From tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
APP is presented by LS, Gamma, the Boca Raton, and Franklin.
Welcome back to the State Farm 2023 APP U.S. Indoor Championships. Daescu and Nunnery take game one and start off game two, 1-0 here. Trying to do 3 words at once there.
Were you going to do game woo? Game woo?
Something like that. That's what happens when you try to get too many words out at the same time.
Oh, Nunnery had the mixer right there. It's that medium pace, crossbody speed up that Nunnery's so good at.
We talk about that speed up from Nunnery. He's not trying to hit a winner on the first ball. He knows what he's going to get back. He's trying to hit the winner on the second ball. So the first ball is a setup. Second one is the put away.
Down the line from Rob Nunnery. Are you kidding me?
That's slippery down the line here.
I was going to say it was slippery. Stole it.
Oh, nice.
Sheesh. Great placement there from DeHeart.
DeHeart sitting heavy forehand right there. Already had it out. Nunnery basically hit it right into his paddle. So the out call coming from Daescu, and typically when does it come?
When you can't have time to adjust anymore. When you're already hitting
right
it.
as Nunnery was about to hit the ball.
That time, Daescu flips it perfectly down the middle towards that baseline, forcing the side out.
Good reach in there from Daescu, using that length, take that ball out of the air.
Oh, Daescu getting a little tricky right there. Little misdirect inside out.
Starting to get aggressive.
Nunnery with a greatly well-placed cross-court dink there to tie us up at 2-all.
Well, he jelly-legged DeHeart right there. He had DeHeart lean into the middle, and then he just had no chance of recovering to the sideline.
That time it was Howells initiating the speed up. Comes out on the correct end of that one.
Well, eerily similar to game number 1, where DeHeart and Howells went up 2-0 and then proceeded to go down 10-2.
Trying to change that script here in game 2, and it starts by getting a side out.
Good hands there from Howells. Again, that's that game plan, especially when that return goes to DeHeart. He's going to step in, drive it. Howells steps forward and crashes hard, puts the pressure on.
And right there, I want Howells to step into that ball.
Absolutely.
It was probably 5 feet within, inside of the baseline. Step in and drive that.
Oh, again.
Twice?
Back,
but
same spot.
The hard part there is that Nunnery's taking it out of the air, catches DeHeart mid-step, so there's no way for DeHeart to change direction.
Overhead winner there from Will Howells. Take another look at this.
Yeah, good speed up, good spot. Daescu somehow gets the first one back. But then second one goes into the hip, and Nunnery creates the pop-up.
Nice job by Will Howells covering his side. Nunnery tried to slip one down the sideline on him. He covers that, but then bounces back to the middle to get his forehand right there instead of having DeHeart reach all the way over.
Will Howells is someone relatively new to championship court here in the APP Tour. I've already seen him twice today. Played his collegiate tennis at Notre Dame.
Much better job by Ryler DeHeart. Instead of getting burned on that backside, he reached in and took it out of the air before it could even bounce. Gave himself an opportunity there.
Daescu leaving that dink a little bit short. DeHeart and Howells doing a much better job in this game. Like you mentioned, Dom, it started out eerily similar to game 1, where DeHeart and Howells took the 2-0 lead. But then it was Daescu and Nunnery settled in, went on to go on a 10-0 run. Here, though, DeHeart and Howells have continued to extend that lead to 5-2.
Yeah, and DeHeart and Howells made the adjustments. Like you said, Dom, Nunnery slid one down the line against Howells earlier, made the adjustment Nunnery got DeHeart leaning toward the middle a little bit. Makes the adjustment. We always talk about how quickly a team can make the adjustment. Game one, almost no adjustment from DeHeart and Howells. It was just a run by Daescu and Nunnery. Here, difference maker is how quickly DeHeart and Howells have made that adjustment and now starting to put the pressure on.
Out of the timeout, Daescu and Nunnery pushing DeHeart and Howells onto their second serve quickly.
That's good pressure right there again from Nunnery and Daescu. Instead of sitting back and waiting for Howells and DeHeart to do it, they put the pressure on first. And more times than not, when they've done that, they've come out on top of those points.
Howells trying to rush that one a little bit. Reaches in, and again, what we typically see with that miss is the body just jerks as try to accelerate on the backhand.
Change of the direction there from Will Howells, pushing Daescu and Nunnery onto their second serve. 3-5-2, the score for Daescu. Relentless is Rob Nunnery sometimes with those speed ups.
Oh, just great pressure there and good patience from Daescu and Nunnery, finding the right time, and now back within one.
Good recovery there from Will Howells to play the ball off the net, force the side out, so Daescu and Nunnery get within one. But now it is a chance for DeHeart and Howells to extend this lead.
There's the attack mode right off the bat from Will Howells. He starts it with the two-handed backhand, and then it is just attack third, fifth, seventh, put away.
Seems like he did a really good job in that point, getting on top of the, staying on top of the ball. Daescu trying to flip that one back at Howells, but good little dip, duck, dodge and dive move there from Howells. 7-4-1, the score for Howells' serve.
Big put away there from Will Howells as he, like AJ said, gets on top of that one. And that one is not coming back. Pop up off Daescu's paddle. And a double up Daescu and Nunnery here. 8-4 in game number 2. Looking good here.
So unsurprisingly, Daescu and Nunnery want to time out here, chat things over, try and get DeHeart and Howells in particular out of this rhythm that they've built up here in game 2. If you're Daescu and Nunnery, knowing that Howells now seems like he's on the offensive here, especially with the ball on their side, how do you find your rhythm again defensively so that you have a chance to start cutting into this lead?
Honestly, right now I would take my returns a little bit wider rather than going middle, allowing either DeHeart or Howells to step in and put that pressure on. Pull, I'd say right now, Howells is the one that's putting a little bit more pressure on. So, return wider to Howells, force him to either hit off balance a little bit or take that drive away from him. DeHeart's not crashing as hard and putting that pressure on.
DeHeart sending that one a bit long. Forces them onto their second serve.
8-4-2.
The Ernie from Daescu setting that up, and then Rob Nunnery finishing it off.
A nice little backhand flick here from Nunnery to finish this right at the feet of Will Howells. Great timeout, big side out for them.
Nunnery looking over to Daescu with the high five and the nod. Seems like they figured something out on that last point that they were working on.
Yeah, it was good ball movement. DeHeart just caught that one a little flat. Oh, Daescu with the step in and attack.
Well, he recognized right there that DeHeart was going to speed up, and he knew he only had one thing to do was counter this. As long as he read where he was going to go with it, and he did, he counters it and then gets the next ball to put away. Nice job there by Andrei Daescu.
So now I believe it was DeHeart and Howells who called the timeout on the court here.
Correct.
Because Daescu and Nunnery just had 2 points. But with Daescu and Nunnery, when they start getting into any rhythm, if you have the lead, you want to stop that very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, instantly they start to get any kind of momentum there. You're going to try and slow them down, and it's exactly what Nunnery Howells and DeHeart do for Daescu and Nunnery, try and slow them down here as they are, like you said, AJ, on a 2-0 run here out of their timeout.
So it'll be Rob Nunnery here with the serve.
Yeah, again, just a little flat there from DeHeart. Feet are getting a little bit wider, just leaning, not really a quick shuffle.
Will Howells leaving no doubt on that ball. It was not going to make its way back over the net.
Yeah, tape unkind here for Daescu and Nunnery. He did everything he could, did Daescu, to get that ball and keep it in play, but pops it up.
This time Nunnery cutting it off short. Just rushes to the finish.
8-7-1, the score for DeHeart's serve. Daescu with the backhand flick into the net. So it's going to be 9-7. Howells coming all the way over, trying to keep the pressure on Nunnery, and does.
Yeah, his hand's so quick here. That backhand forehand combination.
So it's a game point opportunity here. Ryler DeHeart with the serve. Steps over to try and take that one out of the air, but
it's not a bad move. He got it clean. He was just not extended or not moved over and slid over enough.
So second game point opportunity here. The around the post from Ryler DeHeart is what finishes this game off. DeHeart and Howells take game 2, so let's play a third, shall we? Game 3 coming up here on Championship Court when we return.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Hey, Jake from State Park. You know, it's really scary.
Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
Most wanted? Yeah, for my cup of ale. I saw.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
One of the great things about if you've had an injury is with the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, there's 13 locations that do same-day visits. They're called our Ortho Access visits, and you'll see an orthopedic specialist to help you sort these things out. We go through a stepwise evaluation process, and that begins with what happened, how did we get here, and that often can tell you a good deal of what you need to know.
For more information, visit ibji.com.
The APP is presented by Pro XR, C&D Nets, Discount Tire, and Sports Illustrated.
Another look here at the ATP from Ryler DeHeart that won he and Will Howells game number 2.
And the reason this is clean is because he takes something off it.
Yeah.
If he hits it hard, Nunnery's all over the reset. You watch DeHeart here. All he does is take something off it and just pushes it down the line.
So it's game 3 here. Winner of this one will move on to our men's doubles winners bracket final and painting the sideline. Are you kidding me?
What is it?
That's slippery again.
That's slippery
right there.
Again.
Nunnery making it look like he's going to go down the, cross court, and then just slides with the body.
Man, not the start here that DeHeart and Howells wanted after all the momentum in game 2.
That time Nunnery flips it, but a little higher, I think, maybe than he wanted to, because Howells was able to get on top of it. And Daescu's response sails long.
There it is, pure attack mode. Drive third, attack fifth. And it is a quick point for DeHeart and Howells.
1-2-1, the score for DeHeart serve.
Ooh. It was there. Yeah, it was there. DeHeart just getting jammed up a little bit. You saw the elbow get tucked into the side.
That time, the forehand sailing long.
Yeah, just rushed that drive as well.
Little patty cake.
After such power.
The key, though, to me, even though they don't come out on top of that point, was Daescu never rushing to get to the kitchen line. Howells and DeHeart kept him back. He didn't rush. He was like, I have no business coming up on any of these high balls I'm hitting. He stayed back, waited for the right opportunity, and got back in it.
I noticed the same thing, and I think what I'd love to get your insight on is sometimes, right, the partner should stay back with him, but that time it was like Nunnery was sort of in that transition zone a little bit so he could cover.
And that's fine. He can stay there. The problem is when if Nunnery's up at the kitchen line and Daescu's all the way back. But yeah, Nunnery stayed safe too through the transition area as well.
Speaking of slippery.
And hold it now.
That's just tricky
Release.
because he's moving his body to his right, but he goes inside out and the ball goes to the left.
Great defense of the ATP from Ryler DeHeart, and then does not get any help from the net.
Now, good ATP, good patience here from Daescu.
Oh, it lands in. A little bit of a miss hit there from Daescu, but ends up working in his favor.
See after the point, him stretching out that long 6-foot-plus frame.
Puts his hands up like, I got this. Look into my eyes, Rob. I got you.
I am invincible.
Exactly where he wanted to put it. So at the end change, it is Rob Nunnery and Andrei Daescu. Up 6-1 here. And in case you're wondering, this is why they're so good, is because they've played a lot of events together. 9 so far in 2023. They've played in 9 gold medal matches. 7 of those 9, they brought home the gold, and 4 straight
name the 2 losses.
gold medals.
Come on.
Well,
I already gave you one.
And Auvergne.
Yeah.
I think the other one I don't.
It was our hottest stop.
Oh, it's St. Louis then.
Yeah.
It was Andrei Mick and CJ Klinger.
There you go.
Andrei Mick and CJ Klinger. Andrei Mick and CJ Klinger, Stefano Verne and Brendan Long, the only 2 teams to beat Andrei Daescu and Rob Nunnery in a gold medal match this season.
Stefan Verne and Johnson Cola.
Oh, sorry. Stefano Verne and Brendan Long have played together several times, but it was Sincola in Chicago.
Yes, it was. We have APP trivia.
Very near his hometown.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, where John grew up.
Where's John Sincola?
And that was the Auvergne hat toss into the tree.
Yeah.
That's right.
It may still be there.
Man, we could go check. All the leaves are gone. Be easy to find.
All the leaves are gone.
Oh my gosh.
And the sky. That's just great patience there from Rob Nunnery. Cross court there with Ryler DeHeart coming out on top.
Daescu flipping that one just a little long.
And I was just about to say, who's going to pull the trigger first? I was not expecting it to be Daescu. And usually Daescu is the one that's going to sit in there.
He got out of pattern too quick. On a ball he probably shouldn't have. The pattern was to fry the quads of Ryler DeHeart and just dink him to death.
So it is Ryler DeHeart with the serve here. That time Daescu finds a spot.
Better spot there, but the big thing is, and when you look at the shake and bake, right, DeHeart drives directly down the line, backhand side to Daescu. There's almost no way for Howells to get involved there unless it's a do or die and just flashes straight across the court.
Correct.
It has to be something a little bit more into right hip, even middle, that then gets Howells involved.
DeHeart has to go flat down the line of Daescu and go for the earning. Force the ball back to Howells, get Howells in it, and let's see if he can do something with it. That's the only way he's going to get out of that pattern right now. There's just no way for him to get burned here.
So it is Daescu and Nunnery with the 7-point lead, sitting just 3 points away from punching their ticket to that men's doubles gold medal match. I'm sorry, to the winner's bracket final.
Good hands there from Nunnery. Ties up Howells. Left hip, right hip.
Nunnery trying to force that forehand while he's running up. Leaves it just a bit short. So it'll be second serve here. Daescu with it. Howells tries to come across, get on top of it, but just a little too much angle on that one.
Way too much wrist.
Sets up a match point opportunity here. Andrei Daescu with the serve.
Not the way you want to end it right there for DeHeart.
So it is Andrei Daescu and Rob Nunnery yet again moving on. You know it by the chest bump. They're pumped about that. We'll be back with our hearing from our winners in just a minute.
Hey, I don't...
From tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
From the Volpe family to yours. Fine Cure meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Gianna. From our family to yours.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
All right, we'll take another look at match point here for Andrei Daescu and Rob Nunnery. Moving on to the winner's bracket final here in men's doubles. And the token chest bump there for Rob and Andrei. They're courtside with Dominic Catalano.
All right, back here courtside, Nunnery, Daescu. Yet again, another winner bracket final coming up for you guys later this afternoon. Take game 1, 11-5. Drop the second game. What's the change going into game 3 there, Rob?
Honestly, I just kept telling myself every wall is a door. And if you don't know what that means, if you follow this guy on Twitter, you'll understand very soon. The way I start my days is by opening up Twitter, going to his profile, just scrolling up and down, meditating on it, and then I'm ready to attack the day.
So Andrei playing next to Rob with this and his mentality of following your lead every day when he wakes up in the morning. How was it going into Game 3 knowing you needed that one?
Look, Rob and I played almost the whole year together. We've been really battle-tested throughout the year, so this is not the first time we're in a tough situation. Both Will and Ryler played a great game, too, played great overall. And we just knew we had to stick with our game plan, try to control the game a little bit more, which we were able to do to start the game. And that's why I always enjoy competing alongside Rob, because he's always pumped, he's always motivated. And when he gets hard, that's when he gets really motivated, energy gets even better. So, happy to be going to the winner's bracket final. And, hopefully we can get a gold medal here in Chicago.
All right, congrats, boys, on to that winner bracket final. We'll see you guys later on this afternoon. What are you doing with me, brother? Unbelievable. We'll take a quick break, and next up we'll have our semifinal number 2 men's pro doubles here on Championship Court.